I'm Grace Torie, and you're listening to That Girl the Podcast. Grab a beverage of choice and settle in, because the new episode is starting now. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, Grace Torie, and I'm back with a whole new podcast episode. In today's podcast episode, we are going to be talking about manifesting. As you guys know, I've done so many episodes on manifesting, different ways to do it, different things I've manifested, but I feel like it's way more individualized than what people talk about. So I'm gonna kind of get into a new method that has worked for me and may work for you as well. So I'll get into that. I'll kind of get into how manifesting ties into like spirituality for me, because manifesting itself is not like a religion. It's not like, I don't know, it's a tool. Like, I'll get into that as well. It's not like a religion on its own. So I'll get into that, how I kind of include it in everything, and what works for me, how I've kind of switched how I view it, and what kind of made it speed up a lot more when I did that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I don't know why I'm being really awkward. Today was really, really long and hard, and I'm going to get into my life updates in a second to kind of explain that. But yeah, stick around if you have struggled to manifest and you don't understand what you're doing wrong, because this may be super, super helpful for you. I've been trying to manifest quickly, like instantly, I guess, since senior year of college. So it's been 3 years that I've been really interested in it and getting into it and trying to incorporate it into my life. So let's jump into it, and I'll explain my journey and where I'm at now. So before I jump in, obviously I have to do my life updates. The first one I kind of want to talk about is I am in my interior designer cozy era. I am just wanting my house to be the coziest, cleanest, most aesthetic place. My Amazon cart is looking rough right now because I want to buy so many things. Everything from a carpet shampooer to a new floor length mirror for my room. I don't know who she is or why, but I've been wanting to just decorate the heck out of everything, whether that's landscaping, whether that's my house. I've literally been she's on one. So I don't know. I've been really into it. My Pinterest reflects that. I literally made a whole new Pinterest just for my house, and I'm shook. Just had to share that with you guys because I don't know. I feel like I'm always in an interior designer era to some extent, so maybe you are too. Another thing I've really, really been focusing on is my finances and trying to get those figured out. I just feel like I've always been in a state of like I'm stressed and I don't know if I'm gonna have like money to do the basic things I need to do, like pay my utilities, eat, have a roof over my head, just silly goofy things. So I've really been trying to figure that out, especially now that I have a little bit of a pay raise coming since I got promoted. If you missed that in my last episode, your girl got moved up a little bit. So I'm hoping that I'll not be so stressed about money now, and also, I'll start having different flows of income. Why can't I talk today? I don't know. That's I've just been really focusing on budgeting and trying to figure it out. I just hate budgeting because it's not fun, because you budget towards all the important things and then you're like, wow, I have $10 left. Damn. I really want to go to Starbucks too, so should that go towards that? Next, I don't know. I've just been really in this headspace of I am so ready to do the fun things in my future, like get married, build a house, have kids, uh, podcast be like a big thing and not just like a side hustle. And I know that like everyone says, oh, I'm ready for these goals to come to fruition or whatever. Like that's part of having a goal, is you're ready for it or excited for it. But I don't know. It's just been different lately. And I know a lot of people probably say they're ready for it when they're not. But I don't know. Something's been in the air, and I've just been thinking about it a lot. I've been really excited, and I just want it to be now. Like, I'm so impatient, but I don't know. I guess I'm learning patience. This has taught me patience, but it's sad. Also, it's been getting really nice out, so of course, my mind immediately goes to I want to go hang out outside with my animals, my horse, my dogs, and just vibe it out, but I can't. So that's rude. Um, job Having an 8 to 5 job just kind of really makes that hard. Obviously, I can do that outside of work, but I want to do it all day, every day. Like, why can't I just like put on a princess dress, run through a field with a flower crown on, and that be my existence? Like, that is what I want to contribute to society. I'm kind of done with the whole desk job thing. Obviously, I'm not. If anyone from work is watching this, I'm joking. Haha. But that's just been the vibe. I just want to be in nature. I really do. So I think that's really it for my updates. Just been working. I am trying to get social media up for my Etsy, but I'm trying to take it slow. But when I do get that up, I will post on @thatgirlthepod on Instagram and let you guys know. There may or may not be a giveaway coming up where you can win a free item from my Etsy shop. So I have Taylor Swift merch, I have Harry Styles merch, I just have fun, quirky things, I have manifesting things, all on there. So definitely keep an eye out for that, and I will post when I get it up. But if that's something you're interested in, definitely go check it out. You know, you want a free sweatshirt, free journal, free iPhone case, someone's gonna win it. I've got all kinds of things on there. Hats, I have a lot of hats, but I think that's it. Before I jump in, don't forget to follow if you are on whatever platform you're on. I'm sure you have the ability to follow in some way. Don't forget to follow on @thatgirlthepod on Instagram and TikTok. And don't forget to leave a rating or a review if you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It's what all the kids are doing these days. And when I say it can change my life and it's free, it takes 2 seconds, you will be changing my life. Like, if you want to do one kind thing for someone today, let that be it, because you would change my life with one review. Like, not even kidding. I can't even explain how important it is. So I'm not going to try to. I'm just going to go ahead and jump on into the episode. I'm kind of going to tell you a background as well as a general definition, understanding of how to manifest. Manifesting, to start things off, like I mentioned, is not a religion. It is science if you want to get into the energy of it and such, but it's at the end of the day a tool that you can use, regardless of what religion you are, how you choose to view the world, how you choose to worship. Manifesting just happens. Like, no matter what you do, how you go about your goals, whatever, manifesting is a natural thing that we do every single day. And to kind of give you some background, because there is some religion tied into this, I grew up Christian. I still practice Christianity. I do it different than I did growing up. I think I view the world a lot differently than I did growing up. It's not as black and white, but I do know that a lot of Christians view manifesting, like the law of attraction, things like that, as incorrect, sacrilegious, if you will. But that's not true, because manifesting is a tool, like I mentioned. Praying to God is a form of manifestation. All you're doing is calling a higher power, whether if you believe that's yourself and you have the ability to do it, if you are calling on someone else, it's calling what you want into fruition, saying you want it. So in order to manifest something, you have to convince your subconscious that it's gonna happen, because your subconscious has to match the energy that is out into the world, and like attracts like. So when you give off that energy, you're calling it in. So if you are religious and you pray to God and you say, "Hey God, it's me, what up? I would love to get a new car. My car's run down. I think it's gonna break down soon, and I really would just love for you to put a car into my life in whichever way possible." And if you are Christian and you believe in God and the power of prayer, then you naturally believe that after you pray, it's going to happen. or what's meant to be is going to be, whatever you believe, but you believe that God has the power to make it happen. You reached out to him, put it into the universe, and therefore your subconscious believes that it can happen. Whether you are someone who believes that God gives you everything you want, or whether you're someone who believes that God gives you what you're meant to have, either way, you believe that there's a chance that it can happen. So your subconscious believes it, you get it. I'm not saying that your subconscious is the reason you get things and God isn't. I'm just trying to explain to you the science behind it a little bit. So if you don't believe in God and you're an atheist or whatever, you believe that you yourself have the power to call things into fruition, and you say, I'm going to go get a car. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. You are giving off the energy that you, no matter what, are going to get a car, and that energy is going to be matched by the energy, or by the earth. Here comes your car. So that's just like a quick tool on how to manifest. If you convince your subconscious it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Now, the reason I have struggled so much with manifesting is because a big part of it is believing that what you're trying to manifest, you already have, or it's coming. I have a hard time doing that because I self-doubt a lot. I don't believe in my capabilities as a person. I am my worst critic. So when I am manifesting the way that people on TikTok are and they say, yeah, I'm so cool, I manifest $1 million, and then they get it, I try and do that, but my problem is I don't believe I'm capable of manifesting anything. So my subconscious doesn't believe it, so I'm putting out the energy that I'm not capable of manifesting anything, and then I don't manifest it. I hope that made sense. In order to get through your self-doubt, people typically work on their self-concept, and then when they are confident in themselves and their abilities, wow, all of a sudden they're manifesting all these things instantly. I don't know if you've noticed that, but that does happen. So I kind of said, I've been working on my self-concept for 3 years now. I kind of go through phases, but I typically try to manifest bigger things when I'm more down on myself or stressed out. And then because I'm more down on myself or stressed out about this thing, and it's a bigger thing, I have lower self-confidence, my self-doubt is lower, and then I have a really hard time doing it. So it's just like a really bad cycle. But this tip that I figured out has been a game changer. I heard this on a podcast. I'm going to give full credit. It's called AG University by Anna Grace. So just the letter A, the letter G, space University. I will link this episode down below, but it's called Angel for Hire. And essentially, I'm going to change it. Like, I'm going to mix it up, and I encourage you to mix it up and tweak it so that it works for you, because like I said, manifesting is individual. It's all about your subconscious and what's going to work for you. But what she said is she has been calling in her guardian angels to help her whenever she needs something. And so what she basically says is, and it's important you say it out loud, because when you're saying it out loud, it's so much more powerful than when it stays in your thoughts. So I know you sound silly, or you feel like you sound silly, but you're not. I like to kind of meditate for a second before I do this, put myself in a clear headspace. But what she says is, hey, I need to hire an angel for hire. I have a task for you. And then she tells them exactly what she needs. And she says, thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you. And that's it. So let me talk about how I tweaked it and why this has worked for me. So as you guys heard literally 2 seconds ago, I'm Christian. And because of that, I struggle with manifesting because I feel like I am kind of taking away from God a little bit. Like, everyone tells you God knows what's best for you. So if I manifest something into my life, then I am kind of playing God. But then I've thought about it a lot, and why I think that's not true is, what's the difference between calling that into action and choosing what career you want for your life? God gives us free will. I got a little country there. God gives us free will, but he also puts desires on our heart. He's not going to put a desire on our heart that's not meant to be there. However, there's something you have to consider. Your ego and your intuition are two different things. So if you're manifesting from your ego and what you want versus your intuition and what's best for you, those are two different things. So you have to be able to decipher between your intuition and your ego. Once you are able to decipher between your intuition and your ego, that is when you can start manifesting and not being so guilty about it if you are a Christian. If you struggle with not wanting to manifest because you feel like you're playing God. I don't know if that made sense, but that's the way that I view it. Also, by manifesting the way that you do an angel for hire, you're incorporating your religion into it if you are a Christian, or you believe in guardian angels, or angels, period, while also manifesting. So basically, I struggle with self-doubt, and on top of that, I am religious. Religious plus self-doubt equals manifesting for myself is a no-no. However, what I can do is when I do angel for hire, it puts all of the responsibility on my guardian angels to show me that it's going to happen, to bring it to fruition, to put the work in. I just have to put in the ticket order. So it removes that self-doubt because all I have to do is ask them, and it brings that religious aspect into it because I fully believe in angels. I fully believe in guardian angels. I fully believe I know who my guardian angels are. A lot of they were once on this earth from what I believe. I can get really deep into my religious beliefs if you want me to, but I just have such a deep love and respect for my guardian angels. And I genuinely talk to them. I talk to God a lot, but I talk to my angels a lot as well because I just feel a deep connection with them, and I feel like they understand because they were once on this side of the earth with me going through it. Not that God doesn't understand, but it's just from a perspective point of view, it's a little bit easier for me to grasp as a human being. Now, if you aren't a big universe person, you don't believe in angels, you would just rather go to the source, you can definitely say, hey, God, I have a task for you. But for me, it was a little bit harder for me to say, hey, God, I have a task for you because I went to a very, very strict Christian school where we kind of viewed God as more merciless than merciful. So I have a lot of religious trauma involved. It was hard for me to view him as like someone I can ask for favors from versus someone I'm constantly trying to impress. So I am working through that. But I did want to say if you are a religious person and you would rather say, hey, God, you can do that instead. But I like the angel aspect better because your guardian angel's sole purpose is to help you. I also feel like when I ask God for something silly that I'm kind of taking him away from more important things when you're not. He's all present. But I just feel so silly being like, hey, can you help me with rent this month? Like, I know you're busy saving lives, and I know it's really silly to be like, hey, God, like, I need help with rent because he is there for that. He's there for all of that. And he's there no matter whether you think it's silly, whether you think it's really important. He doesn't care. But when I talk to my guardian angels, I feel a little bit less like I'm keeping them from doing something more important because their whole point in life is to help me and be there for me and guide me. So when I manifest, what I do is I say angel for hire, and this is after meditating, like I said, clearing my head. I usually do it in the car, take some deep breaths, make sure I'm not super distracted because I feel more connected with my angels when I do that. And I say, hey, I have a task for you. I need an angel for hire. And then I just talk to them. Hey guys, this may sound silly, and it's okay to say it's silly. They know you. They know who you are. They know everything about you. But this really means a lot to me. If you want to go into detail and say why, if you want to keep it super short and sweet, whatever you want to do, this is individualized to you. But you say, I really would love it if you were able to do this, or if you don't mind helping me with this, or I am really struggling with this and I need your help. and you just put the order in. And then after that, you say thank you so much and move on. I feel a little bit less annoying asking for help because I do say what I'm grateful for twice a day out loud when I'm driving. So that makes me feel like I'm not coming to them being like, I'm so ungrateful. Not that that's necessarily bad, but it makes me feel a little bit better. So you can also start doing that gratitude practice if you want to as well. I sometimes will say it right before I talk to my guardian angels because it makes me feel like I'm on a higher frequency and it's easier to talk to them when I'm on the same frequency. But that's literally it. That's all. It's really not that much. It takes like 2 seconds. And I do want to tell you some of the things that I have manifested. Obviously, being 100% sure that your guardian angels or God are capable of doing it is a huge thing. So if you are not 100% sure, you're going to have to find something you are 100% sure in or that your subconscious will believe. So even if you just like write a letter to Obama, like say that you 100% believe that Obama is going to bring you something, write a letter to him, read it out loud, put it away and never give it to him. And you, maybe your subconscious will believe that you're gonna get it because you asked Obama. Like, just find someone you 100% believe and are fully confident in, and that's who you ask or picture. And like I said, you don't have to ask them directly. You can write it down, talk in the car, whatever. Just make your subconscious believe you're gonna get it. It really does. I love this because it makes me feel closer to those that have already passed in my life, that I do believe in my guardian angels. And I kind of view it as like lucky girl syndrome for girlies who have self-doubt. But some examples of things that I manifested the podcast just like growing a ton out of nowhere from doing this. I've manifested quite a bit of money from doing this. And I also manifested Taylor Swift tickets. That is right. Catch me in Kansas City. Unless I trade for Cincinnati tickets because I do kind of want to trade. So LOL. My camera died, so I'm back, and also my mic stopped working, so that's fun. I think it stopped working a little bit before this, so probably half of this episode is going to be with a mic and half of it's going to be without, but totally fine. Life is great. But basically what I was saying is I have Kansas City tickets, but if you have Cincinnati tickets and want to trade me for Kansas City, I would like to go to Cincinnati because I have some, sentimental ties there and I would really like to see her there. It would mean a lot to me, but obviously I'm grateful to see her either way. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I love you guys so, so much. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you're on YouTube. Leave a rating and review if you're anywhere else. Follow all those good things. And hit me up on Instagram and TikTok. I upload every single Sunday and Wednesday. This will go up, on Wednesday. So next time will be up on a Sunday. I love you guys so, so much. And I will talk to you then. Have a great night if you're watching this on Wednesday night. Have a great morning, afternoon, or night if you're watching this on any other day, depending on what time it is. I will see you guys soon. Bye!